Oh, actually, it's just coming at my end then. So that's where we've stopped at the service station. Okay, the lag's not too bad now. So that's where we stopped at the service station. And then obviously at the end of the line, that's when we got to Sheffield. Now, this question says, work out the average speed of the car in miles per hour between London and the service station. So London and the service station is that bit that I'm just circling in red. Okay, so we've got to go back to the skills from 2 lessons ago. So what information do we know? We can see that the service station is 50 miles from Lucy's house, from London. Okay, it's 50 miles from London. Obviously, that's because it's between 40 and 60. So we know that 50 miles is how far she went. And how long did that take her? Well, if we do the dotted line downwards, now we've got to see what's going on here. We're going from 11:30 to 12 o'clock in 3 steps. That's 3 squares. Okay, so they're 10 minutes every square, 11:40, 11:50, and then 12 o'clock. So that time is 11:50. So how long did it take for Lucy to get to the service station, to travel those 50 miles? Okay, it took 50 minutes. Now this is quite an easy one. Okay, so 50 miles in 50 minutes. Remember that speed is how far you go in an hour. So if we're going 50 miles in 50 minutes, it must be 60 miles in 60 minutes, which is 60 miles per hour. Final answer. But let's say it wasn't quite so straightforward as this. What you would really need to do is to work out how long it takes you to travel 1 mile. So go back to 1 mile, or go back to how far you go in 1 minute. Maybe that's a better way of looking at it. We need to go and see how far we go in 1 minute. So how do I go from 50 minutes to 1 minute? I divide by 50. So that would be 1 mile in 1 minute. So how far do I go in 60 minutes? I would then multiply by 60. 60 miles in 60 minutes. Therefore, I'm traveling at 60 miles per hour. Okay, so there's a slight lag there, okay? Remember, when you're working out a speed, you've just got to work out what distance you would go in 1 hour, in 60 minutes. So if you've been given how far you go in 40 minutes, divide by 40 to go back to 1 minute, and then multiply by 60 to work out how far you go in 60 minutes. So I need you to be comfortable that you go back to whatever 1 minute is and then forward to 60 minutes. And that is your speed. It's the number of miles you do in 60 minutes. So apologies, there was a bit of a lag there. I'm going to stop the recording there, and I want you to have a go at the questions on Dr. Frost. I think you might find these quite tricky. So obviously I'll be on hand to give you a hand, but give it your best shot. Okay, cool. I'll leave it over to you then.